Yeah, we can do it.
Let's.
Besides that sneeze,
Oh my
but
God,
yeah.
you're good. You're good. We are live. Amazing. Hello and welcome to Talk Chef. I am one of your hosts, Reka.
I'm your other host, Jordan.
And here we have the very funny, very talented Kyle Lewis as our guest. Welcome, Kyle.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you guys for having me.
Oh, Kyle, we're so excited. Kyle is one of the funniest stand-ups in my opinion, and also nicest people. I think that is a truly delicious combination.
Oh my God, and very rare.
I think very rare to be nice and good at stand-up comedy. So I think you should all immediately go follow Kyle on Instagram,
absolutely,
Twitter, TikTok, however you can consume his content. I think you should do it. That's my 2 cents.
His info is in the description of the video if you want to give him a follow.
I'm gonna turn red. You guys gonna have me blushing already. Just started. I feel like these tomatoes are.
Okay, speaking of tomatoes, do you watch a lot of cooking shows / Top Chef at all?
I actually don't. My brother is the chef in the family. He's the one that cooks. He's the one that he's probably gonna kick down the door and be the one. I should be on this show.
Get him on. We love it.
But he's doing brother things.
Yeah.
So
well, I am
beating up little kids, giving wet willies. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm curious, what is your brother's signature dish?
His signature dish is mushroom rice. He makes it the last time. Yeah, it's usually around Thanksgiving. He'll make this like mushroom rice that it's like a brown rice and these mushrooms in it. It's really good. It always it's always none left because everyone always eats it. It's very good.
Delicious. I think our fans are gonna go wild for the mushroom rice.
Yes,
right up their alley.
I'll have to get that recipe for everybody.
Oh,
you need to get the recipe and we will share it to the gram. Absolutely. So I will, when fall rolls around, I will be bothering you again for the recipe.
I just made a vegan mushroom risotto and it fucking slaps.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I'm here for any mushroom dishes.
Any mushroom plus rice.
Yeah. Well, incredible. We love that. People are loving shrooms in the chat. Well, guys, let's get a couple orders of business out of the way.
Yeah.
First order of business, you guys know Talk Chef is a food charity based live stream, and this season is no different. Just kidding, it is a little different. Does that ever trick you guys?
Bitch, she does.
Woo! Because every season we normally pick one charity that we promote every single week, but this time we're going to do kind of like a big fundraising thing at the end. So stay tuned to hear what that food-based charity is. We're going to try to do a fun finale for this season. So keep your eyes open and your ears open. Peeled? Which do you peel? Eyes peeled.
Eyes. You peel your eyes, right?
You peel your eyes. Yeah, I peel my eyes. Yeah.
You peel the eyes.
Yeah, exactly. And then second order of business, Kyle, is actually something we didn't tell you, which is that just like every episode of Top Chef has a quick fire, so does every episode of Talk Chef.
Oh boy. All right.
It's not a cooking-based quick fire. It is entirely a Kyle preferences-based quick fire. But it is the fastest quick fire in Top Chef history. It's 45 seconds.
All right.
10 questions. And now, Kyle, let's say that you're kind of like, hey, Reka, hey, Jordan, fuck you guys. I'm not going to try. I'm going to half-ass it.
You guys suck.
Say you're coming in hot with anger on this issue.
At both of us. Yeah,
at both of us. That's fine. You're welcome to do that. But let me just tell you that there's some prizes at stake here. First prize you could win is a deed to the Tortellini wine vineyard.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Tortellini wine?
Yeah.
No, but I will drink it.
So the reason why you haven't heard of it, but I love your enthusiasm, is because it's a wine that sponsored a couple seasons of Top Chef. We've been told by certain Top Chef contestants from the past that it tastes bad. And Reka and I have personally tried many different routes to buy it, and it is unpurchasable.
Yeah. And they sponsored like 100 seasons of Top Chef. So, we don't know what this wine is. We don't know where it is. I've read somewhere that the deed is in the middle of the ocean or the vineyard. So you could win a deed to that Mysterious Vineyard. That's maybe located in the Bermuda.
Might have to go swimming.
You might have to go swimming. And that's why I could never win this prize. I don't know how to swim. So
I don't either. I'll have to say this is
Kyle,
when I'll have
we're
to
gonna
send Brother
fucking
Mushroom
die
rice.
finding this vineyard.
I'm gonna have to send some reinforcements, but I'm down to win it.
I'll do it for both of you. I'm a truly sensational swimmer.
Thank you. Okay, pop in the chat if you don't know how to swim. And also, just for me, pop in the chat if you are the child of immigrants and they're like, you didn't want to learn, so I never taught you, and I also don't know how to. Just for me. Okay, great. The other prize you could win is your own personal suite of GE appliances that are broken. So
all right,
you can win a fryer that doesn't get up to temp, an oven that drops temperature, a mandolin that's going to slice your hand off. All of these things could be yours. Kyle,
you're living dangerously.
Yes.
Exactly.
Are you ready for your Talk Chef quickfire that's 45 seconds long?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so I'm going to start this timer that is definitely visible.
It's working for the first time ever.
Thank you. I've been practicing alone. I'm going to start this the moment Jordan finishes asking question 1. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Do you prefer working as a team or working alone?
Working as a team.
Choose one. Being kind or winning?
Being kind.
Do you like weddings?
Yeah.
Best wedding meal you've ever had?
Some type of steak.
What flavor would your wedding cake be?
Anything with no nuts.
Is the wedding about the bride?
Yes.
What's your favorite food?
Nachos.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
Nachos.
Appetizers or entrees?
Appetizers.
How great are Jordan and Reka?
Amazing.
Kyle! With time.
All right.
We have record keepers in the chat. They're going to note this. This is going to go in the Hall of Fame. Wow. Maybe only comparable to Allie Beardsley or Brennan Lee Mulligan.
Unbelievable. And I would say,
maybe
I always discount Brennan because those
Brennan's answers were bad.
Those answers were fake. Kyle, I thought these were all really true, thoughtful, but concise answers. And that's how you win.
And that's how you win. You have to cook the food that got you here.
Exactly.
That's why I eat a lot of nachos, and this is an upper body shot, like here.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I need to know.
I also have questions. Okay.
Yeah, what's the scoop on the nachos? What kind of what's primo elite level nacho? I want to hear a restaurant and or what are the toppings? How are they made, etc. What's the style?
I feel like I haven't found a good restaurant, at least in New York yet. I feel like there's a lot of different places that will make I feel like certain bars have better nachos than actual restaurants, which is kind of hard. It's surprising to hear. Yeah. But I know my family around the Super Bowl, we usually make nachos, and we'll get Tostito chips. We'll make the ground beef, get some tomatoes, black olives, guac. You got to have guac. We'll get different options like green peppers. Yeah. You can make it as spicy as you want or not too spicy. Different types of cheeses, the pepper jack, the other shredded cheeses. You can tell them in the kitchen a lot. You mix them all up, you put them in the microwave, you melt it for a little bit, and then you pull it out, and there you go. It tastes amazing.
I love that.
Especially with guac.
A quick little shout out to my dad, who his signature, Kyle, if you ever come to LA, my dad will make you some nachos. He takes each chip and lays it out individually, not touching, and then puts all the ingredients on each separate chip and then puts them in the oven. So he does a refried bean.
So it takes 2 hours.
A little, literally, yes. But if my dad's making dinner, it is these individual nachos. And I have to say, each one is perfect. I think I know what Kyle's talking about. Sometimes at restaurants, it's there's only stuff on some of the chips. You get a lot of dry chips.
Some soggy chips.
I don't mind a soggy chip because that means it's full of filling or topping. But the dry, I don't mind soggy. The dry is an issue because you're always especially if you're with people that maybe, if it was my sibling or something, I might just take all of the good ones, if I want to. But you're with a friend, you're oh, well, there's only a few of the really nice ones left, and then all these dry little husks.
Yeah, the extra ones that you're like, I guess we'll try and make something with those.
Yeah, we're like on the Oregon Trail trying to make this work.
Exactly.
Kyle, you have to go to Taqueria Diana. There's a couple of them in Manhattan. I think they have the best New York City nachos.
I think I just went there. No, I went to Tortellini. And they have an amazing short rib sandwich that I've eaten.
Tortellini is very,
many times. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that place too. But this place's nachos, they bake them in like an aluminum like sheet dish thing that they serve them to you in.
Okay.
And it's really wide, so everything gets on everything. But I used to get the chicken ones, and then I added the like roasted corn and like roasted poblano pepper mixture. They're primo. I think those are the best nachos in New York.
Taqueria. Okay.
Taqueria Diana. I will message this
Taqueria Diana. Yes, I always down to get some nachos. So that's where I'll go next. Although I did find out when I was in Iceland, they called chips in general nachos. So when first of all, the food, and if you're from Iceland, I'm really sorry. I did not have a good food experience there at all, like zero. And there's two reasons. One, I'm allergic to most fish. I have the opposite thing. I can eat shellfish, but I can't eat like salmon and stuff.
Oh, wow.
I feel like I'm the only person who has this. And I'm also allergic to nuts, so I have to all of them.
That was my question, because I love nuts in truly everything. And I was going to be like, whoa, you said no nuts in your cake. Okay.
Yeah. Late in life, I used to be able to eat it. I've talked about it on stage. I used to be able to eat it until my 20s. And then I got somebody in college was like, hey, try baklava. I was like, nah, I don't want to. And they said, no, try it. It'll change your life. And it sure did. Because wow. It's been like that. So I can't eat Reese's anymore, which is my favorite thing. But before I get back to the nachos real quick, I'll say something about Reese's.
Please.
I used to have this thing. I used to call it Reese's weather, especially if you live in like a cold area like New York or New Jersey. You get a Reese's from the not the corner, not a bodega, not a corner store, the stores that are just like kind of in the street in the
like
the city.
Newspaper stand?
Yeah, like a newspaper stand. Perfect temperature Reese's you will get in the winter because it'll be nice and cool from the day. You open it, you eat it right away. It's not melty at all. It is delicious. It doesn't have the freezer burn feeling. It was perfect.
You're not going to get any arguments here on putting chocolate in the fridge.
We're huge.
Huge fans. I do not like a melty chocolate.
Same.
It feels disgusting to eat. I love a hard, crunchy chocolate.
Hard. Yeah, we love it. Also, I feel like, Kyle, you're acting like you're not a foodie, but I think you have a lot of food opinions. And I know a couple months ago, you were on the lookout for an Oreo ice cream sandwich, correct?
Oh my God, those are so good.
Yeah, they
were
on
like an epic journey to try to find one of these Oreo ice cream sandwiches. Please tell us about it.
Gladly. I've had them in LA first. I was visiting some friends in LA. I had them. They were in a store, and it's legal everywhere now. Well, not everywhere. We would get high. We'd eat these Oreo sandwiches. It was amazing.
For one moment, I was like, the Oreo sandwiches are illegal somewhere.
I was going to talk about, I don't know how young the Talk Chef audience is.
Oh, you can talk about
Oh, they're totally age.
All right, 12 and up. Awesome.
Yeah.
But so we would do this. And then I remember I was walking around my neighborhood and I just saw the wrapper on the ground, like an individual one. And I'm just like, they're here now? First of all, no one told me. And if it's a wrapper, it has to be in this vicinity. So I went to every store I could go to in my vicinity to find it. And I could not find it. I had people on Instagram trying to find it for me. They're like, if you go here in Manhattan, it's here. It's here in Jersey. I'm not going to Jersey for it. But I eventually found it in Manhattan, the single serve ones. And then they started selling the group ones in supermarkets maybe a year later.
Yeah.
But get yourself a Klondike Oreo ice cream sandwich too, if you like a nice nut-free dessert.
Oof. That's
Can't
good.
go wrong with that.
Nut-free. I didn't realize. That's good.
Yeah, you got to be real careful with it.
Because sometimes there's like secret nuts. I know there's no nuts in an Oreo, but there's always like secret.
No, that's my life. They'll put it on the packaging and they'll be like, may contain traces or like might have been in the same factory because like people don't want to, I don't know, they don't want to work a little extra hard for us. But it's really like I almost I remember I was worried I ate a gummy bear of all things that like a boss gave me one. So like, hey, here's a gummy bear. I was like, that's great. And I looked at the package. They're like, this gummy bear was in the factory with nuts. And I was like, first of all, why? Like, why are they even on the same conveyor belt? And then I had to like run and get a Benadryl just in case. You don't want to be the guy who dies from a gummy bear. That's not it's an adorable death, but
that
it's
would
not
be the
one
worst food to die from.
Because
they're
it's
not that good.
Satisfying.
It's not that good. It's something that's like the perfect way to put it, Kyle. It's like something that you eat when like a random ass person like offers it to you. You're like, oh, okay.
The reason I ate gummy bears growing up is because we had like a student aide in middle school who would bring them for us in science class, and you just go up to Mrs. Anderson and she'd give you like 5 gummy bears. You're like, cool. The exact amount of gummy bears
that is the exact amount
I would like to eat.
Red, green, the tan one, another red, and then another tan one, I guess. Yeah, pineapple.
Yeah.
The tan one. It's always the tan one.
Have you seen big gummy bears?
Ew,
I've seen them. Yeah, I don't know how anyone can eat them, but I've seen them. And this is the gummy bear. It's like fruit snacks. I got no beef with. Like a fruit snack,
sure,
is different from a gummy bear. Like a gummy bear has this like different taste. It's a little harder to eat. Like a fruit snack, like Scooby-Doo. I can't think of it. Like any other child ones that they give you. Those are good. Those still taste pretty boss.
Yeah.
But gummy bears are a little. You can't have too many. You're not gonna be happy.
Yeah, I'm just like not interested. I just don't care. Yeah, not interesting.
Bad vibes from the bears.
Yeah, I'm just kind of getting a bad energy from them.
Exactly.
Incredible. So let's hop on in, shall we, to this episode of Top Chef. Now, this is an interesting one because I think this is before the later seasons when they kind of try to redo Restaurant Wars. Restaurant Wars, Kyle, for backstory, is one of the most contentious recurring episodes of Top Chef. Every time there are 8 people left, they do what's called Restaurant Wars, where each team of 4, so the two teams of 4, have 24 hours to build a restaurant from the ground up. So that's like one person has to do all the decor. And then everyone still has to make like a 4-course meal, basically. It's pretty fucking stupid. And then
there's no way to succeed. That's the
biggest no way to succeed.
Absolutely no way to succeed.
For food people or people who just like to eat, none of the food is memorable. Even if you're just like a TV fan that wants to watch a show and you don't give a shit about food actually too, none of the food is memorable because it's all stuff that like slapdash together. So people really hate Restaurant Wars, and I totally understand why. So this is the first time they're like, what if we make it different? And then they made it worse, and they did Wedding Wars. Yes. Notoriously hard to cook for weddings. To give people 36 hours to do it is another setup for failure. In addition, part of the canon of this show is that making desserts and baking is not in any of their purviews. It's very difficult. It's a very different skill set. It's very like measurement based as opposed to like, oh, this sauce needs something. Let me add it as I go. And the idea of them having to cater a 250 person wedding in addition to making cakes, like a wedding cake, not even just like a shitty, like a sheet cake, whatever, is mental. It's crazy.
Yeah. So I actually disagree with Reka. Yeah. I hate Restaurant Wars, but weirdly, I think this is okay. Oh my God, Reka.
Amber alert.
Jeez. Well, that's sad. It's
Amber alert?
It's a silver alert.
Oh, okay. I was like, is it weather? Am I gonna get it?
Hey, what's silver alert? I don't know that.
Silver alert's for an elderly
person.
Oh, wow. Did not know that.
Yes.
Yeah. Helpful to have, but sad when you got them.
Yes. I will say, Jordan, I still don't mind it. I think it's still, like, I don't even mind Restaurant Wars that much. I do think it's the least memorable food of the whole season. I don't mind what
I don't like. That's what I'm saying, though. I don't like Restaurant Wars.
Yes, but you don't mind this.
But for whatever reason, this to me feels like an appropriate Top Chef challenge. Restaurant Wars to me feels completely outlandish. Doesn't make sense. I don't understand why they do it. This felt fine. Oh my God, Colin's getting the silver alert. My roommate.
I think also because they don't have to build the restaurant.
What is going on over there?
Oh my God. Sorry guys for this chaos. It's very sad. I do think they got too little time.
I agree with that. I think that they've done this challenge again later, and they've given them more time or less work. Like in further seasons, they like don't have to do the wedding cake, which I think is like nice.
Yeah.
But this felt like a reasonable challenge to me, especially with like how many people they had left. I just think that it's something like this is an exercise in self-control, and I think at this point in Top Chef, so few people had that. Everyone just had the mentality of like more is more, and we have to do as much as possible. And I think that this needed to be like we do 3 things.
Yes.
And we do them well.
And we'll get into that actually, because like so our quickfire was the relay race. Normally there is no quickfire. In cases of interest to you, Kyle, normally there is no quickfire before something as big as Restaurant Wars because it's a psychotic amount of work.
Yes.
To do. So I think it is stupid that they had to do one. And also, I mean, it makes sense that it wasn't really a cooking one, but also those are kind of the least interesting quickfires to watch them, you know, supreme a bunch of oranges and turn some artichokes and clean a big old monkfish and then make mayonnaise.
Boring.
Yeah, one dude was really happy about his artichokes, then he messed it up. Yeah.
Baby.
Well, Dale is an interesting person.
Absolutely. Spike, he fucked up the turning of his thing, and then Dale was so pissed that his team lost, he punched a locker.
Yeah.
Also,
he had some
sorry, you go, Kyle.
I was gonna say he had some real, because my name is Kyle, so the meme is that I drink Rockstar and I hit drywall. And Dale had some real Kyle meme energy there.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah.
Wow.
He really does. And I think that it's weird too, because we like Dale now. He's changed a lot. And, this was many years ago and we know that. But in this, he's also like, I can't believe I'm hearing all these people saying that they don't know how to make mayonnaise. They haven't made mayonnaise since culinary school. Why the fuck are you even here? And then we go to start the challenge and Dale's not doing the mayonnaise. I'm like, well, you don't want to do it either.
I bet you, because Dale did the monkfish and because I also had the same thought. And I was like, I bet Dale thinks no one can fucking do the monkfish. And he's like, I'm going to take care of the monkfish.
I agree with you, but I
still think it's like he has real energy of, and I've been this person where you take on everything when nobody asked you to, and then you get annoyed that you're taking on everything. And it's like, hey, you're the person planning the brunch that nobody asked for. And you're like, why isn't anyone getting back to me? And you're like, cool, literally nobody asked you to do this. And you're getting pissed off. That's Dale.
We've all been there at some point.
We've all been there. So the advantage is you get to choose for this Wedding Wars competition, whether you want to cook the husband's menu or the wife's menu, 125 guests each. So the winning team chose the bride's team. And then Spike made some dumb comment. He's like, the bride's been envisioning her menu since she was 14 years old. I was like, Spike is so boring. And then Andrew said,
feels wild to me. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, he's just boring. And then Andrew says, I got a culinary boner knowing that I'm working all night. I'm an animal and I will work 14 hours nonstop to get the job done without any problems, he says. Woo! Incredible. Okay, so now we hop into the elimination Wedding Wars. The husband says he likes Italian food and German chocolate or chocolate hazelnut cake. The wife says she's like a meat and potatoes person, a pasta, fried chicken, like a Midwest meets Southern cooking kind of person. And also seemed really particular on the wedding cake. She's like, I want it to look like I paid for it, which is hilarious to admit that like they're not paying for it.
Yeah, no. Absolutely. I think that, and this could be rude of me, so I'm sorry, but when someone describes themselves as meat and potatoes, I do immediately go, shut up. I think it's fine to say like I'm a limited eater or I'm a picky eater, whatever, but I feel like there's this weird connotation with like meat and potatoes that I'm like, ugh, I don't like it. It doesn't sit well with me.
Weird phrase.
I think, and Kyle, I'd be curious what that phrase might mean to you. When someone says meat, I'm a meat and potatoes person, to me, they don't like vegetables and they don't like ethnic food.
To me, I think it also reads that they don't like ethnic food and that they won't try food from other cultures.
Yes.
I didn't even think about that. I literally thought that they ate meat and potatoes, but you guys could be onto something there about the ethnic food. I did scan that wedding, and I was like, I mean, it's 2008, guys. I feel like you guys should have some more guests of
Oh my
different
God.
minorities, but that's okay.
Uh,
Everyone's maybe they just weren't on camera,
You
but
know,
you could
it's
be right about
Chicago. There
that.
probably weren't any. Okay, so
They're all. I love Kyle's idea about they're just not on camera. It's like
yeah,
there's
yeah,
a
yeah,
separate dining room.
yeah. They didn't
Maybe,
sign
just
the release.
maybe.
Um,
No one
it,
crashed a wedding. Well, I can I tell this my wedding crash story real quick?
Oh,
yes.
please.
That's okay. I crashed one wedding, and I learned really hard why to not crash a wedding. I was at a friend's wedding, and his friends, his cousins were like, "Let's crash the wedding upstairs," making sure I didn't spill water. Let's crash the wedding upstairs. And I was like, "I love that movie. Let's do it." So we went up to crash the wedding, and we try to be nice and smooth. And of course, one guy drops a glass immediately, causing attention. But then they eventually catch us in like a minute or two, and they're all mad at me. Like, "You want to crash our wedding? You want to crash our wedding, bro?" I was like, "Wait, I'm not the only one there." Like, I tried to leave amicably, and then I realized there was no other black person at that wedding, so they knew right away that I didn't belong there. I couldn't fit in. I was like, "Oh, yeah, that one was
Yeah,
on me, guys. My
that's like
bad."
a tremendous self-own on their part of like,
I was like,
hey,
that feels like that.
we don't have any black friends.
Yeah,
Like, oh, they knew right away. I was not
on
serving.
It
I
feels like
wasn't.
you could have flipped that on them really quickly, Kyle.
No.
I could have. They would have definitely beat me up. Like,
Oh God.
they had me surrounded. So I was like, let me
Yes,
just go back to my wedding. And that movie is not as
absolutely.
fun in real life.
So
Absolutely.
were they just like, hey, leave?
They were like, "Are you fucking serious, bro?" It's like a Long Island wedding, so they were like ready to fight,
Oh
but they weren't
God.
really like gonna fight me. I was
Even
like,
if you
"Look."
were invited. Ooh.
Well,
Did you?
my other friend's wedding was great. We were
Okay.
just like
Right,
the
okay.
other the idea was just to do it, and I was had enough alcohol in me, and I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And then I
Absolutely.
realized that it's not a wedding for me for multiple reasons.
Well, was the food good at your friend's wedding?
It was good. It was trying to remember.
Was
Is
it
that
steak
where I
and
had the steak?
potatoes?
There was there was chicken, there was steak, there was some meat and potatoes there. Was that where I had the I think one of them had a chicken cordon bleu. I think
Mm,
I think that was the wedding with
Wow.
the chicken cordon bleu,
okay.
Wow.
which I
Very
always used to
know.
call
cool.
Corbin Blue by mistake.
Yeah,
'Cause I was
Corbin Blue
a
from
young
High School
kid.
Corbin
Musical.
Blue.
Yeah,
Corbin
it kind
Blue.
of sings and dances. Yeah.
Exactly.
I think
With
that's
the
awesome.
hair. You got chicken with the hair
Yeah,
on it.
yes, nice.
Rick, I want to know what's the best wedding food you've had?
I went to my dad's like old classmate's friend's son was getting married, and we went to their wedding in India. And they had a big Kashmiri buffet. And this
No.
wedding had, I don't know, 500 plus people at it, as Indian weddings do, North Indian weddings do. And the Kashmiri food was also like Indo-Chinese influenced. So there was like really excellent gobi Manchurian, tons of like Northern Indian, like naan and flatbreads and stuff. It fucking ruled. So,
Yum.
what about you, Jordan?
I don't know. I feel like I've had a lot of generic food at weddings. I'll preface this by saying I haven't been to very many weddings. I went to my first wedding when I was like maybe 24 years old. It was my first time ever going to a wedding. And I feel like I've had some I feel like none of my big time foodie friends have gotten married yet.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting to see. But I guess like one wedding I went to had like a pie table where a bunch of people brought homemade pies. That pie was good.
That's nice. I'm a big fan of the like, because so many fancy cakes are like covered with fondant, which is the most disgusting thing in the world.
Absolutely disgusting. Sick. I hope the fondant council hears this.
Absolutely. I hope you hear this. And Jordan fucking loves sugar. And I love sugar too. Jordan loves it more than me. And if they're saying that the fondant is bad, fondant is fucking bad. I'm sorry. It's bad. I remember Kristen Bartlett, a friend of ours from UCE, and who's the head writer at Samantha Bay, had a post once that was like, I just got sheet cakes of different flavors for my wedding. I'm like, that is the way to go. Get shit from a bakery you like that tastes good.
You know where you go. You know where you go. Reikanos. You get the
Costco.
chocolate cake from
You
Costco.
get the all-American chocolate cake.
All-American chocolate cake from Costco that
actually,
Reka pointed out. And Reka's right. It's the best cake in the entire world.
I'm not even a chocolate freak. I've said that. I'm getting more into chocolate as I age. And that fucking cake is incredible.
It is so good. I can't even believe it. I'm looking through pictures of old weddings that we've been to try to find.
Yes. And
The fruit.
Kyle, since you're nut free, have you tried Erin McKenna's bakery?
I don't think so. Where is that? In New York?
She has a location in New York. It used to be called Baby Cakes, but it might be called like Erin McKenna's now. And in LA, it's an entirely nut-free bakery.
Oh, they're vegan.
Oh, nice.
And vegan, coincidentally.
It might be where I did have a friend get me for my birthday these like just allergy-free cupcakes, which was amazing.
Yeah.
I don't really get any cupcakes anymore. It might have been from there.
I will say their cupcakes are not even the best thing there. Their coffee crumb cake is stupid. You would never know it had no like allergens and like dairy in it. It's fucking, I'm like salivating. This is horrible.
Okay, I figured it out. My cousin had really good shrimp and grits at her wedding. I forgot about that.
That's nice.
Shrimp and grits.
That's
out.
That's a good wedding.
That's a good
Let's hop into this menu. So Kyle, what we do is we normally just give a thumbs up, thumbs down on whatever the menu item is. This is entirely criteria of your own, design. If it sounds good, if it sounds like a professional chef dish, you can rate it thumb up, thumb down. Entirely up to you.
All right.
So Team Bride, we get short ribs and blue cheese and phyllo. These are like part of the appetizer platters. I mean, I'm certainly going to eat that. I'm a vegetarian, but I'm certainly going to eat that.
Short rib anything, I'm in.
Yeah, if I'm a meat eater, yeah. I do think sort of everything on this menu is pretty boring, but whatever. Then we get a pulled pork sandwich on kind of like a little puff pastry with pickle, like a homemade pickle. I think that sounds great too.
Yeah, good.
I'd eat it.
And then pizza with prosciutto, herbs, and goat cheese.
Yeah.
I'll eat that.
Cheese so
I'll
much.
give it a chance.
And then for our entrees / sides, we get creamed spinach. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck with that real hard.
Yeah.
Maybe not his based off of what happened.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But watching it. But if I didn't know, I would.
If you didn't
definitely
know,
try it.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to go back and say thumbs down because I love cream spinach, but I don't like star anise. So I think for his, I have to say thumbs down.
Oh, you know what? I don't mind star anise, but I do think it's interesting when you do creamed greens. There are sort of those fall flavor spices that are.
I don't like that.
I don't mind it. Like I'll put like a little like cinnamon or nutmeg kind of stuff, but star anise is too fucking strong.
Yeah, I only like stuff like that if it's incorporated into an Indian dish because I think Indian is like, or maybe like a mole, like something that's like really complex and really balanced, but like not just like thrown in spinach and cream cheese. Like that doesn't sit right with me.
Totally. We got a potato gratin.
Yeah.
I'll eat that. Filet mignon with horseradish sauce and a red wine syrup.
I love horseradish.
I'd eat that. Braised brisket. Braised brisket.
Yeah.
I like brisket.
I'll eat that. Almond and basil crusted chicken breast.
I was so upset.
I'll certainly give it a bite, but that looked like a really sad plate of food.
I don't want something crusted in almond.
I do, but yeah, I'm kind of a freak like that. But this just looks like sad. And
I'm
like,
obviously biased.
Yeah, that's true.
But,
Kyle, that's true. This would kill you.
It is my biggest pet peeve when it's like a regular food and then I see like this. Someone's like, I'm gonna add nuts to it. I was like, why would you do that? There was I spent a lot of my pandemic watching because it's called Pluto TV and they show 24/7 Degrassi. If you guys remember that show.
I love
the next
A JFC vehicle, yeah, I remember.
24/7 Degrassi on there and the Roku channel. So that's all I've been watching. But I remember Paige, they was like, oh, I made my famous thanks for Thanksgiving. I made my famous turkey. And I was like, yes, with walnut stuffing. And I was like, why would you do that? And then she stuffed the walnut stuffing into the turkey already. So now you ruined two foods for me if I was there, if I was hanging out with them for some reason. So I hate when food just randomly has nuts in it, is what I'm trying to say.
I get you. I feel like that with secret meat. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Get out of here.
My Manny is better.
Oh, so I need to know who your favorite Degrassi character is.
Manny is one. Manny is one of them. I like Manny. I like JT, Spinner. I even watched to the end, like the newer ones, like Maya.
Yes,
Like
I watched all the
Maya
newer ones
Matlin.
too.
Yeah, Maya Matlin. I got into Zoe Rivas. I eventually turned around on her too. The
Yeah,
Torres
okay.
brothers. Yeah, I got my
You got your crew.
we have a whole separate podcast
Yeah.
about the Degrassi.
I also want to touch on Team Bride's cake, which they didn't tell you what was in it, except that it was lemon and chocolate layers, which I'm for.
That sounds great.
Chocolate. And the cake looked beautiful. For someone who's, making a tiered cake is no fucking joke. It's so heavy.
Oh, yeah.
Each layer, like, so easily, even professional cake makers could make that shit really lopsided. Stephanie's looked great.
That was a good cake.
It was covered with fondant, which is disgusting. Team Groom, we had a sausage pizza and flatbread. Sure, sounds fine. I feel like
I wouldn't say no.
I'm almost biased against it because I feel like I just ate flatbread.
Yeah, exactly. Kyle, why no?
No, I said I wouldn't say no. I was if I was there and I saw it, I'd be like, I guess. Like probably wouldn't eat like multiple bites, but I'd have it'd just be there.
I get you. Okay, then we had bruschetta, and it was on like completely crunchy. They like amped up the volume on those, but that bread looked really fucking crunchy.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like a bread that like scrapes the roof of my mouth.
No.
I agree.
Yeah. So I gotta say no. Or I would like suck all the topping off and be kicked
That's
out.
absolutely what you would do.
Kicked out of the wedding.
Get
then
judged by them.
I got a huge issue with this. We had an antipasti that was mixed grilled vegetables with cheeses.
Double thumbs down.
Anywhere near that. I have been so fucking burned by grilled vegetables from omnivores that are like, oh, I sliced a zucchini laterally and I put it on the grill and there's no seasoning. Is that good for you? That's antipasti. I'm like, that is disgusting. Just grilled limp asparagus because you grilled it a while ago? Ew! Get that out of here. I'm so offended. And I know if I was at this wedding, that would be what the majority of my plate was. And that fucking sucks. And then I would eat more cake to compensate. So that
I'm gonna give it a thumbs down just on that alone.
Thank you, Kyle. Thank you. The
very
fewer people that
passionate,
eat it, the more they'll regret making it. I thought that sucked. I think don't waste time on that kind of shit. This is a wedding. This isn't like a fucking.
Yes. Don't waste time on Top Chef with something that is not actually a dish.
Yeah. Don't waste time on Top Chef cooking an item that you didn't season. And being like, this is the dish. It's grilled fucking cauliflower with no sauce.
You'd never win with something like that. And I think that, Tom has said this in the past, but if you know you're not going to win with it, you should make it.
Absolutely. Like fucking make shit you would want to eat. I know vegetables are scary to people, but do you want to eat this? If this was the only thing here, would you be happy? No.
A lot of drinking.
Yes. It makes me so mad. All right. Then we get a butternut squash tortellini with brown butter and sage. I'm going to eat the shit out of this. I know they said it was too sweet. Yeah. I don't care at all. I'll put a little salt on it. I'll eat it.
I don't think it's probably good. I don't think ravioli or tortellini or anything like sits well in my mind, at least.
Especially like when it's like a fresh pasta, it probably needs to be eaten immediately.
It's really dry.
Yeah. Chilean sea bass with artichokes, capers, olives, and tomatoes.
Yeah, I love Chilean sea bass.
I'm disqualified, so I can't again.
Yeah, damn.
Sounds good.
You can hypothetical. I mean, I'm a vegetarian and I'm eating all this.
Oh, all right. Well, bring it on.
There you go. Orecchiette with pork and beef ragu. I would try that.
I don't know what orecchiette is.
It's like a little pasta.
It's like tiny.
Oh, okay.
Shaped like a contact lens. And then we had filet mignon with potatoes and horseradish cream. Yeah, I would eat that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always eating some type of steak.
Yeah. Okay, and then for the cake, pretend you can eat this chocolate hazelnut. I'm gonna eat the shit out of that. I love chocolate hazelnut.
And that's fine.
I think it looked like a small, like a flat, a one-story house.
It did.
Strange, but
I didn't like the way it looked. I would definitely would have given it a try, but not too much. I kind of, when we were talking about chocolate earlier, I hate when something is too much chocolate, where it almost just kind of takes over your body, like you can't even.
That's how I normally feel. The all-American chocolate cake for some reason has passed my senses in a way. I think because it has a nice mix of like milk and dark. It's got a lot going for it. It's really, really moist too. But I hear you, Kyle. So we go to judges table. Team Bride wins. Team Groom is on the bottom. The winner for Team Bride is Richard, and he gives it to Stephanie, which ultimately means nothing because there's no prize. But okay, a very nice gesture. Sure. And eliminated. I didn't even mention Nikki's whole arc of like she's the Italian cook and kind of didn't want to take the reins, which is also a big no-no on Top Chef. They want to see like, hey, if you're gonna win this title, you should be a leader.
Yeah, I want to know, do we think Richard would have given Stephanie the title if there had been a prize? You say no? I also say no.
I don't think he would.
I think he might share it with her. Like if it was a $5,000 prize, I think maybe he wouldn't share that. If it was $10,000, I think he'd share it. Or if it was a bottle of wine, like sometimes it is so goofy. Like someone will win a quick fire and like, you win $10,000 in a trip to Italy. And then maybe that's what I'll win. And the next week you'll win. And they'll be like, you win a giant bottle of Tortellini wine. You're like, oh, thank you.
Or I could go to Italy.
Yeah, I thought last week someone got to go to Italy and
I can buy this.
Yes, exactly. There was a prize. Elena's correcting us. $2,000 at Crate and Barrel. Okay.
Who cares? Not that it's not cool, but I mean, like, that's not compared to the other prizes, like someone going to France or whatever.
Well, color me surprised. Richard gave it to her.
I don't know. Do Crate and Barrel still exist?
Yeah. I returned something to Crate and Barrel once.
What was?
Well, I had to buy it for an internship. I had to buy a double boiler which is
for a production thing.
For a production thing.
Yeah.
And I bought it. And then when I went to return it, I came up with a very elaborate lie. And I was like, if they ask me, I'm going to say that my sibling got married and that I bought this as a wedding gift, but they already had one. And I told the person at the checkout that story and they couldn't have cared less. So
yes,
I think it's beautiful.
Awesome.
Ultimately, kind of cool.
Yes, I actually do know exactly what you're talking about because I had a similar thing where it was like, what if they don't let me return this? And then it's like, they don't care at all. You get there, it's just like a 19-year-old boy who like doesn't care at all.
Yeah, yes. Now, Kyle, we sometimes like to ask our guests what they would have made for this challenge. So maybe a way to rephrase that, if you don't like to cook as much, is like what dish would you want at your own wedding or fun festive celebration?
What would I want? I'm trying to think of something that doesn't sound like it's on a kid's menu.
That's okay. Listen, there's no food shame here. If you're I want fucking chicken nuggets in a tower. Yeah.
Well, last week I saw the preview. Last week they got on what's his name? Andrew. I want to say it was Andrew, about like he made the same type of chicken. Then they were like, it tastes just like his nuggets. Or something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
That's something they would do. But on Talk Chef, we don't do that kind of shit.
That's awesome.
Do that. Whatever you want, we like. I'm trying to think if there's anything we would be like, wait, no. But I don't know what that would be.
I honestly don't know.
Maybe if you were like, even this, I'd be like, okay, if you were like, I would have a big glass of milk. I'd be like, okay, I think that's not, I think that's strange, but like, yeah, there's something meaningful there to you. That's great.
It's an interesting dish. And I don't know how many people would have it, but I would have it at my wedding if I could. It was my mom used to make this thing. It was called stewed bacon. Now I don't know how she made it, but I mean, I guess she would take the bacon and stew it. But I would definitely have some type of stewed bacon or stewed bacon BLT dish because I also love BLTs. And we would use beef bacon. Because well, I mean, not that we don't eat. I mean, we're not like Muslim, but we don't really eat pork. So I would definitely do like a stewed bacon kind of dish, or have some type of
You
stewed
just
bacon
taught me
dish.
two things. One, I don't think I'd heard of stewed bacon. Two, I didn't know beef bacon was a thing.
Oh, it slaps! It's awesome.
Wow.
If
I
you can
really
find it.
Kyle,
you
is
gotta
your
find
mom?
it where the Oreo ice cream is.
Yeah, is your mom from the South?
No, she's lived here. She was born and raised here.
I see. I see. I
But
was
we
just
have a Jamaican background. I don't know if that's where it came from, but
okay. Yeah, stewed bacon sounds like such a Southern thing to me that I was just curious.
hmm.
Incredible. And what kind of cake would you want? Nut free.
Cake. Yes. Nut free. I don't even think of desserts anymore. That's how much like
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
don't
ask.
really
You
eat.
don't
I'm
want
just
cake.
like,
You can also. Is there another dessert that? I mean, is it just a big Oreo ice cream sandwich?
I would
One
just
big-
get
you cut into it with a sword.
Yeah, you have a big sword, and then everybody gets like a big slice.
every nut free dessert I could think of. But I would have cookies from I need to get their name real quick. I've been getting my friend used to live in Minnesota and she would hook me up with these cookies. I have them on my Instagram. And what are they called? But they were I got them right here. Frosted with Care. They're called Frosted with Care in Minnesota. So hit them up. They would make these amazing like nut free, allergy free, like carrot cake, like cookie sandwiches and stuff, and sugar cookies. So I would definitely hire them to just have as many cookies as
Oh,
possible.
a cookie,
Yeah.
like a whoopie pie, like cookie cake situation.
Yes.
Ah,
Um,
hours of like different types of whoopie pies, like chocolate, red velvet, funfetti,
lemon,
Yeah.
lemon,
blood orange.
blood orange, blood orange
Getting
with like
all-
a chocolate filling.
I was just an opposite chocolate cake with a blood orange filling.
But that too.
I'm getting hungry now. Look
You
at
wait
that.
them. Rake and I always argue, and then sometimes when we agree, we got to do a little kiss.
Yeah. Incredible.
Right
Well,
here.
Kyle, where can people find you and what kind of shows and stuff do you have coming up?
You guys can find me all over New York City. That's what they say about all the comics. But my show, specifically Character Select Comedy, which Jordan was on the inaugural one of, actually. It is going to be. I was very happy to have her. It'll be
That was
on
awesome.
Saturday. She was Saturday, Saturday, September 18th at 5 p.m. at Pinky Space, which is a nice outdoor restaurant. They got some great food themselves there. They have a rotisserie chicken that no one's ever tried because it's $25. But if you're feeling like a baller, by all means.
Oh, bring a pal and split a
Right.
chicken. What the
Yeah,
hell?
come on, wake
Yeah,
up, everybody.
Wake up.
no one ever
people.
no one ever splits the chicken, and they're like they won't give me
$12.50
any.
for half a chicken?
No, $25. Oh, no, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if I'm going
Yeah.
with my best friend and I want to split a whole chicken.
You're right.
Oh, if you guys can make it out, that could be it.
Rake
you
and I are
guys
going to
gonna
fly
pick it,
out.
yeah.
We'll split the cost of the chicken. Just all eat it because Rake
Yeah.
is vegetarian.
Oh yeah, you can eat all of the chicken, but no, that we have a great lineup. We have some comics from HBO, from Showtime, from Jesus and Marrow.
Ooh,
We got a great group of people. So come hang out, talk food with me. Don't bring any nuts, but do bring nut-free treats
oh,
because I would love to eat it if you
yes.
guys do want to hang out.
You
And-
should
Amy
go,
says
Kyle.
they will absolutely be there.
Oh my God, you really should go.
Oh,
Kyle.
wow,
I've
thank
been to
you.
So many of Kyle's shows, and also I have had Kyle perform on my shows. He himself is so funny, but he also puts on a really great show. So you really, really should go if you're in the New York area.
That means a lot. I'm glad you'll be there. And I used to love doing Stone Street with you. It was always a great time.
So
Oh,
much.
Did a cartwheel once.
I did do a cartwheel on stage. I'll do anything for attention. It's sick. I do really quickly also just want to give a little shout out to Reka because Reka is filming the episode that she wrote of the TV show she works on this week.
yeah. Thank
Oh,
you,
wow.
sir. That's so sweet. I didn't know you were going to say that.
I
Yeah,
know,
it's
you-
your
I
Mother's Day.
hope it's okay because I didn't
It's
run it
okay.
by you.
I
But
put it on Instagram.
that's what I saw that.
I deleted the Instagram app and went to the Instagram mobile and was like, I'll post it.
And that is called mental illness.
And that's called
But yes, we're very proud of Reka. I'm very proud of Reka.
Thank you.
We'll let you know closer to when the show comes out so you can also watch the show that she's writing on because it's going to be incredible.
In January, guys, it's called Grand Crew. It's a real blast. It'll be on NBC.
Looking forward to it. I will set on DVR or watch it on Peacock, one of the other two.
Thank you, Kyle.
Yeah. Well, Kyle, thank you. Well, Jordan, thank you so much for the shout out. And Kyle, thank you for being on the show. Oh, hold on. The Bravo producers are what?
Did they sound off, Rika?
Oh.
Really? Oh, okay, wow. The Bravo producers just came in to the Top Chef kitchen. And Kyle, they wanted me to say, you are Top Chef.
Oh my God. I've never been top anything. So thank you.
So here's the thing, Kyle. A lot of people don't know this, but there are actually two ways to become a top chef. You can either compete on the Bravo celebrity cooking competition show, Top Chef, or you can be a guest on Reka and I's YouTube live stream show for charity, Talk Chef.
Either way, an Indian
what a
woman's
surprise.
gonna tell you you're Top Chef, Kyle.
That means that's this is gonna right here. It's stick with me right here. Thank you, everybody.
Oh my God.
I appreciate it. Nut-free treats for all.
Nut-free treats for all. Follow Kyle. All his information is in the description of the video. And thank you guys so much for watching. And tune in to Talk Chef next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.